How's everybody doing in YouTube? This is Social Marketing from Brighton Code. We are putting out information on how to use social marketing for small business, giving different ideas, more of a conversation, more of like you would have like a TED Talk, where it's just ideas, putting it out there, and there might be different little parts that you can grab a hold of and use. If you can't use the whole thing, well, don't watch that video then. Now, what we're going to talk about today is we're talking about Instagram, but we're going to talk about some low fruit. Get some ideas that are very easy, and then see if you can use that information for your own business, whatever that business is. Now, on Instagram, for example, if you are a person that owned a flower shop, seems pretty straightforward. You put pictures of your flowers out there. You have pictures of your business. You have pictures of the people that are in your business. But it can get stale after a while. You need to think of ways that you can change it up. Plus, you have your highs and lows, different times of the year. And by using pictures, good, solid photography, rich photography, putting your pictures through a filter, putting your pictures on your computer and designing it. Find that friend of yours, the high school kid, the artist, and saying, here's this picture, make it do something, make something with it, see what you can come up with. Getting something that will polarize people. They like it or they don't. But if they like it or they don't, they're still seeing your business name on top of it. So, real simple, the very basic ideas of how to use Instagram if you own a flower shop to market your business. The very easiest thing is, yes, you are taking pictures during Valentine's Day of roses. You're taking pictures of different types of vases, with vases, and you have flowers in them. You are taking pictures of different color schemes that you have. You have weddings. You're taking pictures of how you can make the bridal bouquet. You can make decorations that go on the table. Those are really straightforward and easy. But what about if you had a picture of a bride in a wheelchair with flowers in her hand? That's going to be eye-catching. What are you trying to say with that statement? Well, maybe you're not trying to say anything. Maybe you're just putting a picture out there, trying to be inclusive. Maybe you are just trying to catch somebody's eye. It's hard to say, but if you don't try, put it out there, you won't know. And the nice thing is, you can always remove it. You can always remove a connection to it. Picture might be there, but you can remove all your connection for it. So you can try different things. Be careful. You don't want to go too far with things. And you want to stay, for your business, that you are selling flowers. You're not making political statements. So I don't mean to go too far off to the right or left, but just understand that you can use little eye-catching things to kind of make people stop and go, wait a second, I just saw something. Let me stop for a second and smell the flowers. Sorry, that was too easy. Now, with that same business, you could take a picture of one of your people working and they're smelling the flower. Maybe you could put a picture of an ugly dog next to a flower. I don't know what my thing is with dogs right now. Maybe you could take a picture of your flowers and put them next to a lady that is just smiling, or a businessman coming home after work and he's really tired and he's got flowers for his wife. Who knows exactly? Maybe there's a young kid with a couple flowers, handing them to his grandma or just to an old lady. Maybe there's a grandpa and you got a cute little girl handing him a flower. Who knows exactly what would be something that would inspire somebody to show up to buy flowers? But that's the key. Get somebody in the door. Get them buying flowers. When it's not the easy times to sell, there are hard times. And with that, what other places could you have flowers? What other events? What about Boss's Day? What about if you have a neighbor that has lost somebody, or if you have, well, that's pretty too easy. What if you have a neighbor who won the lottery, or was able, that cleaned up their yard, and you wanted to say thank you? Maybe it's Thanksgiving and you wanted to take a different kind of a vase over. Maybe you're dating, so a girl is dating the son of parents that don't necessarily like her, so that she brings flowers because they can't hate her after that, and they can't say anything mean, at least for that day, in front of her. It's really hard to say. Maybe somebody's breaking up with somebody else, so they give them like a thank you, let's be friends flowers, or something has sent something to their house. Whatever is going to kind of get their ideas. Maybe you could show a picture of a broken down old car with somebody coming out of it to deliver flowers, and on the other half you have somebody wearing your logo, smiling, getting out of a nice van with a hat, and they're coming up toward them, toward the house, and little subtle things that you just kind of like inspire people without them quite knowing what would inspire them, and get them that your shop would benefit from them coming and buying flowers. Maybe show people that in your shop you have customers that are not necessarily dressed fabulous. Maybe you've got a young kid with the big hoop earrings in, and he's got tattoos all over him. Maybe you show one of your ladies working with him and him smiling, maybe him showing them flowers instead of having a look of like, why are you in my shop? But talking to them, discussing with them, anything that can benefit getting sales for you. It really no end to it. A nice day, a poem, a horse, somebody getting out of a truck with mud and they've got a flower in their ear. Who knows? It's hard to say from that, and I keep saying that over and over again, so I'm going to get away from that. But you can show a house with flowers in the front lawn to kind of say, you don't plant flowers, but you can definitely have flowers, and maybe you can use that. With that, how could I use that for another business? Well, what if you are a store that has cards? What if you have balloons and you want to sell them? And maybe, having pictures of somebody getting flowers and then having where there's no note. And then 3 or 4 days later, the flowers are dead, showing the flowers dying, but showing the card still sitting there. And showing on the countertop, the card still sitting on the countertop when the flowers are in the trash can. Very simple. Balloon. Saying happy birthday or congratulations, and you see flowers thrown away and you see the balloon sitting there. Just little things that can be really subtle to people. Maybe you sell candy, or you sell shirts or t-shirts or something, and you show the girl throwing away the flowers after Valentine's Day, and she's wearing the shirt that says you're the greatest mom ever. Whatever kind of work for you. Maybe there's a fence post sitting there with a little girl with a flower. Who knows? It could work, and maybe it wouldn't, but it could be eye-catching, especially on Instagram, where you put that out there and people will see it. And you might actually find that a lot of times your target audience necessarily might be for women, but you might find a lot of men going and looking and seeing those pictures and kind of going, okay, that seems like a place I could be comfortable going to. Maybe I could walk into that flower shop and I can know that I'm going to be treated okay. I know those people. I've seen those faces. I know kind of what I'm getting into. You can put the names, put the prices of your flowers on there. Different scales that you have. Maybe you can put links to, give us a call if you have any questions. There's no bad question. When and how should I give flowers? What are the best flowers? What types of flowers? You can do a history lesson on showing a different flower and just writing a little note underneath it, where it comes from, what's its name, how long does it last, what does it mean, the different colors. If you give yellow flowers, what does that mean? If you give a red flower, what does that mean? What does a purple flower mean? What does a white flower mean? What does a black flower mean? And how can you use it effectively? Because if you can get people to come into your store and buy black flowers, and they're going to use it for stuff to give to people, they came in and bought it. Once they leave with it, that's up to them. But, as long as they're putting money in your register, then they will come back when they're happy. Because you've helped them, you've enjoyed them, and they've made a relationship with you and a connection for you. And a lot of times when people are happy, they want to tell you a little bit, but when they're not feeling good, they really are looking for some comfort. And sometimes having somebody just understand what they're going through means a lot to them. So give us a like on Facebook, or give us a comment. What do you think of this? How could you use this with a business that has nothing to do with flowers? Is there anything in this information that could be beneficial to you?